Hello, I'm Simon Whistler, you're watching TopTenzNet, and in the video today we're looking at the top 10 dangerous traditions. Number 10. New Year's dive in Siberia in Russia.
In Russia on New Year's Day, divers from all over take the plunge into the world's deepest lake as well as freshwater reserve, Baikal. The lake reaches about 5,390 feet down until you reach the bottom. On this day, divers cut a hole in the ice that covers the top of the lake and then dive 40 meters down. One specified diver carries the New Year tree to the lake's bottom. Once the tree is planted, the divers dance around it. This tradition has been carried out since 1982, and though it doesn't sound too dangerous, keep in mind that this lake is the deepest in the world and that the divers have to swim with over 100 kilograms of equipment.
Number 9. Polar bear plunge.
The polar bear plunge takes place at many locations around the United States, and there is definitely never a shortage of participants. It involves jumping into cold water during the winter season for a charity organization. The biggest plunge takes place in Sandy Point State Park, Maryland, and raises money for the Special Olympics. Though it seems like nothing but harmless charity, the plunge can be dangerous. In some locations, participants have to sign a document consenting to the fact that they know the plunge can cause serious injury such as paralysis, hypothermia, and possibly even death. Thankfully, no one has died from taking the plunge.
Number 8. Firework battle in Chios, Greece.
Churches are boring, right? Wrong! At least not the ones in Chios, Greece. On the small island of Chios, every Easter Sunday is sure to be a spectacle. On this day, two rival parishes, so to speak, light up their fireworks and shoot them at the other church. The purpose is for one of the churches to hit the bell of the other church. All of this goes on while a service is in session. It is said that over 25,000 rockets are used and 150 help to fire them off. In the past, the rockets have caused fires, damage to homes, and even deaths, but the tradition still carries on.
Number 7. Baby dropping ritual in Solapur, India.
Muslims in the western Indian town of Solapur line up to drop their babies off a 15-meter tower in a shrine, catching them in a white sheet. The ritual, which has taken place for more than half a millennium, is believed to make the children grow up healthy and strong. The faithful claim there have never been any injuries during this ritual, which has lasted for over 500 years.
Number 6. Cooper's Hill cheese rolling in Gloucester, England.
Probably one of the oddest traditions, Cooper's Hill cheese rolling involves a round piece of double Gloucester, a steep hill, and daring people. It is said that the tradition is about 200 years old. A piece of cheese is rolled down the hill and the first person to get down the hill first takes the cheese. It's really supposed to be about catching the cheese, but since the cheese is rolled about a second earlier than the race itself, it can go as fast as 70 miles per hour. Though no one has died from chasing a roll of cheese down a hill, plenty of people have sprained an ankle, injured their back, broken a bone, or got a concussion.
Number 5. Onbashira, Tokyo, Japan.
A festival in Tokyo that only takes place once every 6 years, Onbashira is a tradition that many in the region claim has gone on for over 1,200 years. When translated, the name literally means the honored pillars. There are two parts to the festival, Yamadashi and Satobiki, the first which takes place in May and the second in April. Yamadashi is the more dangerous part of the festival. Men go into the forest and cut down trees, and then ropes are attached to them and they are dragged down the mountain by the men. Many say this is a sign of bravery, but many have come out with injuries, and others have died while carrying out the tradition.
Number 4. Christmas trees.
Many people around the world know the tradition of either buying a live tree or putting up an artificial tree within their home and then decorating it just in time for Christmas. The tree serves as a great place to put presents, as well as to commemorate the festivities throughout the month of December. However, during 2003 to 2006, 240 home fires per year took place, all of which started due to a Christmas tree, according to the National Fire Protection Association. On average, 16 people died because of the fires and 25 were injured each year. Christmas tree fires are rare, but when they do happen, they are usually catastrophic.
Number 3. Female circumcision.
Though frowned upon and seen as extremely abusive and dangerous, tribes in places such as Egypt, Sudan, Mali, and Ethiopia still hold on to the tradition of female circumcision for religious and sometimes just cultural reasons. It is said that over 130 million women worldwide are affected by this procedure, and over 2 million occur each year. Because the procedure is done without any sort of anesthesia or medication, many women can die of shock or from excessive bleeding. Others sometimes contract infections due to the non-sterilized tools. While no specific numbers exist, it is said that at least 1/3 of the women who undergo female circumcision die due to various complications.
Number 2. Running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain.
Even though bullfighting is very popular in many South American countries as well as others, the running of the bulls is one that anyone can join. The most popular and well-known is the 9-day festival, which takes place in Pamplona in Spain, which has taken place since 1910. The running involves penning up the bulls and then letting them run through the streets while people crowd in as well and run in front of the bulls. Since its start, many people have been killed, and it is said that around 200 to 300 people each year are hurt during the run.
Number 1. College hazing.
It is said that out of all the new students going to college each year, about 47% of them will undergo what is known as hazing. Despite the fact that hazing is banned and disapproved of on every college campus, it's safe to say that most social, cultural, and academic clubs haze the newcomers. Even laws, such as Matt's Law, have been put into motion to try to stop hazing. It is said that hazing is highest among those clubs that deal with athletics. Most hazing involves using alcohol, but there are plenty of other methods. Since 1970, at least one person has died on a college campus due to hazing.
So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do give us a thumbs up below and don't forget to subscribe. Also, over there on the right are a couple of other videos you might enjoy if you enjoyed this one, and thank you for watching.